Hi everyone, here is Stephanie and Philip Voland, your ministry partners serving in Kiel, Germany. Today, many of you are celebrating the International Day of Prayer for Persecuted Christians, and we thought we would take this opportunity to send you a brief video update to let you know what we've been up to in our neck of the woods, as well as share some prayer requests.
So since last winter, we've been really involved with this refugee crisis from the people from Ukraine. And our church has been very blessed to have 3 different families come to us and either stay at members' houses or stay at the physical church property. And we just wanted to share briefly about one of these families. During this summer, our church had to move locations. And as we were preparing for that, one of the families from the Ukraine, they also had to move since our church building was closing. And during this time, it was a little stressful because we got this letter from the owner of the building saying our move out date was much earlier than we anticipated. And during this time, we really could see God moving in the hands and feet of his provisions for us and from you all. We had to move all of the items out of our church, and it was so good that the church people and this refugee family together, we could help each other and we could provide for each other. Our new location, we didn't need nearly as many things, so we could gift these items that were already in our church building to the Ukrainians, and many other people in many other ways bless them with new items as well. And we're just so grateful that because of your support and your prayers and your connection, we were able to bless this family and these other families as well, but this particular one with the items. And we wanted to share that with you, that you are helping minister in this way with us here in Kiel in Germany.
And going along with that story, as you know, the war between Russia and Ukraine continues to rage on since February now. And in the beginning of the war, the headlines in Germany read, "Our neighbor's neighbor is at war." And I have to tell you, it feels all too real, the effects of the violence and the ongoing conflict and the surrounding anxiety that comes with a continent which is experiencing war. And so we continue to try to walk alongside our German sisters and brothers as they deal with that and listen for God's voice and look for his hand in the middle of what's a very frightening time for many. And we also seek to be advocates and walk alongside our Ukrainian sisters and brothers, which are still coming into the country by the thousands, as well as Russian refugees now, many women and children especially, that are fleeing from the war and looking for safety and the possibility of starting over again in Germany. So please pray for a quick and peaceful end to this war. We would really appreciate that. Some of the areas of ministry, besides working with refugees, where Philip and I are involved, are preaching. So as you know, Philip and I serve on a 3-member pastoral team. It's the 2 of us and then a German pastor. His name is Willi. And Willi and I, for the most part, share the preaching responsibilities. And that's been a real blessing to me. I love to preach. I love to study the heart of God and communicate that love, that unconditional love, to the people in our flock. And a development surrounding preaching is that starting this summer, I began preaching in German regularly now. Before, I had been preaching in English with a translator. And so it's been a real growing edge for me to, really putting myself out there. And at the same time, a joy as I grow in confidence and I grow in my capacity to teach and lead and equip God's people in their mother tongue. Philip continues to lead and mentor our small group ministry. We have about 20 small groups in our small 100-member church, which is just incredible. And with that comes a huge need for coaching and relationship building and trust building. So Philip is really serving as the bridge between our small group leaders and our larger church leadership. making sure that he's checking in at least weekly with our leaders, asking how he can pray with them, troubleshooting, mentoring, all of the above. I know he's really finding a lot of joy and fulfillment in this season of ministry. Another development is that I have started a lay counseling ministry, recognizing there's been a need for that for some time now in our church. So we have 6 lay counselors. Philip is one of them. We meet monthly to practice and learn new skills. And beginning this fall, we will start receiving clients, so to say, and offering lay counseling or spiritual direction to our church community. Our final prayer request probably sounds a lot like your prayer request at the moment, and that's that our church, would continue to heal from the pandemic, would continue to navigate this new season, this new normal, where we're all very much experiencing the aftershocks of Corona. Our church has lost members through the pandemic, as I'm sure yours has. And we've also lost ministries. And I think we've lost some of our identity and some of our oomph to be missional and to turn outward during such a season of where we've really felt called to turn inward and even to stay inside. So pray for boldness for us. Pray for boldness for us as leaders, that we would model the courage of the Holy Spirit to once again reach out and engage our neighbors, engage one another, practice hospitality, practice radical acceptance, even now for what God is calling us to. I once heard someone say, the path to joy is acceptance. And so I pray that as we all continue to heal as a global church from the pandemic, that we would learn the lessons that it wants to teach us, and that we would grieve well and accept the new normal and live into the missional identity of Christ.
Lastly, we wanted to thank you all for your prayers and your friendship and your support and your love that you've given to us. And we feel these prayers. We sense this love. And it's no little thing. It's only because of you all that we are allowed, that we are privileged enough to be here and to serve. So thank you for coming along with us, for serving alongside of us. We could not do that without you, and we are so grateful. So until we see each other next, hopefully soon, we say goodbye.
Bye-bye.